We back. We back. We
We
back. We black.
we back. We back. We black
We back. We back. We black. We back. We back.
on a
We back.
on a Sunday. On a
I know on a Sunday, a
on a
bright and
Sunday.
sunny Sunday, a fucking Sunday fun day out here.
It's a fun day over there because we had this beta break over here and it didn't look like they had fun. I was awake
Mm,
7:30 a.m. I was trying to hit the sleep for I'm like, okay, I stay in bed till about 9. The beta
mm.
breaker said, "Wake up, bitch." I'm like, God damn. The
Damn.
the the price you pay for living in the city, you pay to be woken up on a Sunday.
What they were they was they coming down Sixth Street or something?
Yeah, they were coming down 6th Street.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
maybe,
So,
maybe they cleaned that shit up, before they popped off.
that's the only good thing about an event here is the cleanup. It's always the cleanup. Yeah, because like that's the only time the city, like sections of the city get cleaned up. Like at festival or some event, even when they protest, they come and clean. I'm like,
Right.
yo, we should start protesting for street sweepers on a regular
I know
basis.
that's right.
Just
Come get this shit.
like
Come clean it up. No, damn it.
come clean it up. But anyway, what we talking
Mhm.
about in collection plate, y'all? Let's go ahead and collect.
Donations. It's a donation.
I thought it was the trash. Don't be hitting on me.
Put some money in stupid ass.
I whoop your ass, Clarence. Don't
Come
call
on
me
now,
shit.
what's it?
Let's do that. Let's do that. What's first
What
up,
you
baby?
what you got to collect? What you got to collect? What you got to collect?
I want to collect some for. Not only do I want to collect some coin, but SF Pride wants to collect some coin as well, honey. Yes, they do. Um,
Right.
Apparently these days SF Pride is not doing so great, but other festivals and queer oriented festivals are doing great. Namely, Oak Lash. Like, the Chronicle, I sent you something from the Chronicle, where
Mm-hmm.
basically they're talking about how Pride is struggling, but Oak Lash and other workshops, events, or, festivals like it
Mm-hmm.
are are finding their way and thriving. So, um, in that conversation, they're pointing to SF Pride, like struggling to maintain or to maintain and retain, sponsors, corporate sponsors. They're struggling with people claiming that they're shifting their priorities, which is such a fucking wild fucking thing to say, about anything, but whatever. But meanwhile, Oak Lash is thriving because they've got like grassroots funding. They've expanded their they've expanded their model
Mm-hmm.
beyond the initial event, beyond the weekend festival. Like they're doing outreach and they're doing events um to raise money and to keep, the word out and keep people interested throughout the year. So, you know, we threw this in the
Mm-hmm.
collection plate because what better place to have a call out for a need in funds. Um, what
Now,
better segment to place that in,
now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm like, wasn't that supposed to be the whole premise of SF Pride? Because I mean, this is like the mecca of like
Mhm.
and so it's like, well, y'all. I mean, like you said, a lot of big corporations. I think that's where SF Pride got, and like every other city has gotten themselves tripped up on is that, uh, they got you got bloated and you got used to the corporate sponsorships.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
those corporate sponsorships tend to be the most toxic sponsorships because then like every dollar has a string attached to it.
yeah.
And, and the thing is that if we're starting to learn any lesson right now in the way of work, is that corporations are not reflecting upon the people that serve or work for that particular company. It's always in the eye of the creator.
Yeah.
And so if the creators of those corporations, are sponsoring any event, they want it to be made in their image. And it may not start off that way, but it's going to gradually become that way.
Yeah,
And
you
so you
saying you
have
saying it's kind of shifted to that with this kind of with this article. You're saying the shift is here.
the shift is here. This is why you see
Mhm.
Oakland with you're thriving more because it's grassroots versus here where it's more commercialized. And with the
Mhm.
commercialization, unfortunately, you get a whitewashing of of the event in of itself, where you start to feel like you're not invited to an event that's supposed to be about you.
Yeah.
And so and this happened. Like I remember going, living in Atlanta, where this big old divide between this hard line they had between regular pride and black pride.
Mhm.
And and the thing is that back then I was like, I don't fucking understand. I don't get it. Why do black folks got to separate themselves? And then it it took some education on my end
Right,
to
right.
be set straight about, okay, we want a seat at the table. They just didn't put no chairs down for us.
No, I see. I see. Yeah, I was waiting for you to get there. Yeah, I was waiting for you to
Yeah,
get there on that. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
I mean, like I mean, I've seen something similar with with organizations that I've had a hand in standing up. Like when I lived in Portland, we put together we put together this space for
Hmm.
bears of color. And,
Hmm.
it became this thing of like, well, can I bring my white man? And I'm like, I mean, we're trying to give a space, be it, visibility or safe space, to people who don't have, a space. Like, uh, to call out a brown or a black bear in Portland, Oregon is to be kind of like yelling down an empty well. Like there certainly are chubby gay brown men in Portland, but are they trying to build community, that acknowledges themselves, or are they just falling along with the status quo? And,
Right.
it became this thing where, well, if I can't bring my white man, then, I don't really see a space for me. And I'm just like, well, bullshit. Like the space is created for you. Must your white man be in it for you to feel safe? Because I think then that's an examination of you. If you don't feel safe in a space created for you and you don't feel safe around
Yeah.
people that look
Yeah.
like you, that might be a conversation for you and your therapist.
Dead
Less a
ass.
conversation,
Dead ass.
less the conversation for the people that are holding, that are trying to build the space for you. I mean, I
Hmm.
digress a little bit, and I do understand, like, really where SF Pride is being choked on this particular, in this particular article, and or in Pride 2025. Like
Right.
the tide has changed for corporate people relative to the shift in presidential administrations. Um, Pride sits square in the eye of DEI. So um, when the political administrations where undoubtedly these corporate sponsors have a need for government contracts to support the revenue needs of their company, of course, presidential administration that will be providing these government contracts are going to say to them, well, if you're doing shit directly for gay people and not something directly or not some, I don't even know whether or not there is a reciprocity that administration wants with their, with their push to end
Hmm.
DEI.
Yeah.
They just want it gone. So anything in the ire of DEI, uh, pride and gay shit, get the fuck out of here. So like people like Anheuser-Busch and I know that's one of their big sponsors that's pulling out and causing them to have, fundraising pains. when they fall out because their customer base, reacts badly to them having, you know, uh, a queer content promoter or a content creator um, promoting their products. And then they pull out of Pride, shortly after that. Like,
Mhm.
it's all just kind of like this American shift to like this fake puritanical shit that doesn't have a place for DEI. So I see where they're tripping up. And of course, programming and festivals like Oak Lash, who built things on a grassroots foundation, were getting their money from the community and not corporations. So
Right.
the community is hurting, and the community wants to see their programming and wants to see, uh, their programming, their content, their festival, thrive, and know that they need to come out of pocket, especially in this day and age, to make those things work and make those things happen. I think it only makes sense that
Yeah.
there's a struggle. I mean, but what I do find weird is that in my computer is trying to go, it's trying to black the screen on me. But what I
Oh
do
shit.
find, right, what I do find weird in the realm of San Francisco is, like you're saying, like, this is San Francisco. This is the seat. This is the mecca of gay. You mean to
Right.
tell me none of all these other corporations couldn't pick up the slack or fill the hole that the gays love to fill a hole. But none of these other corporations in the great big old Bay Area or the big great old city of San Francisco couldn't fill the gap that Anheuser-Busch left? Fuck out of here. Like,
Wait.
there's a bigger problem at hand, and that bigger problem is the cultural shift towards Republican ideology or Project 2025 ideology. That's what's got them in a chokehold and in a funding crunch. Like, you should never have sold the queer movement. You should never have sold this marginalized group of people. Should never have
Yeah.
sold them out to corporations to begin with. So
Yeah. I agree.
so their shift to like ask, the participants to donate, at the festival to make up for the funding gap. Yeah, baby, you're gonna have to do that. And you're gonna have to hope that these people don't still have that bad taste in their mouth that a lot of people complained about for many years with Pride festivals about how corporatized it had become. Like,
But don't you think people like I think the committee's gotten comfortable with that. I think that, when you have that kind of money, you think of the opportunities to provide.
yeah,
And
because it's because
I
it's a
get
big
I
chunk
get the
of it's
false
a big
comfort of
chunk of
that.
fundraising. It's a big chunk of fundraising that comes from these corporations, and
Yeah.
thereby it's easier to hit your 3.5 million, your goal, your cost needs of 3.5 million to put on the programming for that weekend. Yeah, it's easier to hit when you're getting big corporate donations. It's harder to do grassroots. Um, to do grassroots work and grassroots fundraising than it is to get corporate monies. It absolutely was a lazy move that I guess served them okay until people took for granted, you know, the state that we lived or took for granted the type of world that we lived in. And now we're sitting here having to deal with some bullshit that has had wide-ranging impacts, just like what we're seeing here. Now y'all girls can't even have y'all little parade because y'all wanted. Yeah, now y'all girls can't even have your little parade because you didn't want to vote for the nice black lady. You should have just voted for the nice black lady. I mean, we're here again. We're right back at it. You could be having your little
True.
pride parade had you just went on down to the box or marked on your little form that they sent to your home. We could have been having pride had you just voted for the nice lady. That's it.
And I mean, I think then like picking up from that, I think that everyone suffers on this. Like, I don't know how you're going to get all the high paid performers that you were getting before, the Chers, the Madonnas, the
You
You
can
know,
if
the
there's a
big,
hole in the
yeah, like,
budget, you can.
yeah, you ain't getting no big Fritas
Unless they're gonna do it for free.
not many.
And you know,
Deborah
you know
Cox
what?
ain't
That's
Deborah Cox
surprising to
ain't
me too.
Deborah Cox is not coming there for free to say
What
why,
happened? Did Deborah Cox ever
how
do SF Pride, or did she do
she may have done
Black Joy?
she may have done a Pride or two. I doubt that,
Hmm.
Deborah Cox has not made an appearance to a SF or LA Pride.
I know
I
she's
think
been
that
over to
she's
Oakland because we went and seen her. Yeah,
right. But that
yeah,
still costs money. And so,
yeah.
you lose a lot of like, a lot of that stuff. Like you ain't got no Big Frida at your concert. And
Boy.
speaking of Big Frida, um,
Oh, yeah. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Mm,
she, Big Frida lost
her partner
her
passed
partner,
away
love of her
from.
life,
Yeah, he passed
20
away from.
of 20 years.
Yes, indeed, he passed away from complications of diabetes. Girl, that he was. I read that and I was like, oh, he was he was a little tweak. Like I
Uh-huh.
think he had diabetes.
Babe, like somebody in my family is rail thin and diabetes, got the sugars.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
just
not a
thought that
weight
was I
thing.
thought that was punishment for fat folks.
No. No, it's like
I don't know.
it's a lifestyle. Like if you're eating a lot of fat rich stuff, yeah, like you're gonna do a lot of, like I guarantee you there was no, the butter was not light butter or,
Mm.
olive oil butter. We tend to find joy in, making nostalgic food and every time
Mhm.
we stir a pot, we get a vision of our big mamas
We'll
and the
call
comfort
that.
it feels to watch, to remember how good it felt to watch your grandma or your mima or whoever it is stirring that pot. But
Yeah.
that also came with, you know, chipping off your life and putting putting your, like, we didn't know what we know now. So, that's really, really big in the black culture, That sucks, like, we talk about soul food, but it really is killing the fuck out of our souls.
Mhm.
It's just
Yeah.
like, and like, I get it. We come, we are really good. Like, remember that girl was talking about how we are real good about, like, black folks make poor look real good. And like the same thing with, with big, big back culture. It's like, you become a marketed thing. It's like,
I
baby,
hate that that's a thing.
baby, wait till your big back feel, feel these fries on you. And it's
Mm.
just like, it's like, okay, that, that does come at a risk. It comes at a loss. And man, they were together for 20 years, y'all.
I
20,
know.
20 years.
That's
Like, let that soak in. Big Frida and Devon Hurst, a partner, 20 years. 20
I
years.
know.
Like,
It's
let's not
possible,
skip
yo.
over that.
It's
Like, we
possible.
talk about relationships, me and you talk about relationships a lot. Like, 20 years, like,
20 years is possible, you know?
it's completely possible, So, but God rest his soul. I'm so sorry, Big
Yeah.
Frida, that
Yeah,
you have lost your
I seen
partner.
that when
That
I was
sucks,
scrolling. I was like, oh man, that's really
man.
sucks for them. That sucks.
It really does suck. And so,
I
like,
just remember seeing them on that show that they got together and for her show. That really sucks.
yeah, and I mean, another person you ain't gonna have in no concert, and at y'all concerts, to pride y'all, you ain't gonna have no Amelia Moore, you ain't gonna have no Sailorr. So, um, you gonna tell us about Amelia Moore and who Sailorr is, and our
Oh,
jukebox
Fred,
money?
you jumping right on into a whole nother segment. I thought we had some more collection plate down here. What's going on,
Do we have any
Fred?
more collection plate?
Yeah,
We
you
got
had
more
something
collection
here
plate.
about Cardi B or something doing something.
Oh, I
Like
was gonna keep right over that one. Like, I didn't
you
even
sure
think about it because
did. You sure did. And then you just rolled right over the segment transition and everything. We got a whole little number we do when we do
I'm so
jukebox
sorry,
money, babe.
y'all. Like,
What's
and you
going
know
on
what's
here?
gonna
Did you
mess up
smoke
this?
the weed before we got on here? What's going on?
Actually, no, I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Oh,
Fernando's
okay, girl.
hungry.
Well, you should
Fernando's
have went
hungry.
got you a snack. The pre-production meeting was very long. You should have went got you a snack,
Uh,
honey.
it was in the oven cooking.
Oh, well, shit, girl. Do you
I
need to
was
go off? Do you need to go off, for a moment and
no,
get you some?
nah.
Okay, all right.
We good.
You
We
know, ain't
good.
nothing like
And
a Taurus with a little snack around. You know,
you know what? And that's why the Taurus ain't got his fucking thoughts together, y'all. Because
he need a
you know,
snack, baby.
I think that I was probably what we're missing is the someone wanted to put in the collection play. This is part like this is gonna be a good round off. You know, when you realize that your piece is being taken by
Yeah.
chaos and the
Mm,
crazy, especially right
mm-hmm.
now with our political ethosphere. We got Sweet Potato 47 just shaking and baking across the fucking line, just oozing and goozing across our fucking legislation, just shaking
I
and
hate the
baking
sight of him.
all over our policies, and every fucking bitch who's thirsty to be somebody because they were up there once upon a time being nobodies. So, and y'all know this really gets real seeped into our lives, and we let all this shit fuck with us. And just want to remind ourselves to, it is okay to pick your battles and break up with chaos.
Mm,
It is
indeed.
okay to break up with
Indeed.
drama that don't concern you. It is
Indeed.
okay to fucking turn your back on the bald-headed games people play in your face.
Hmm. Hmm. And let me tell
It
y'all
is
something. When
okay.
y'all let me tell you something. When y'all do decide to walk away from chaos, I seen this meme while I was scrolling this morning. I seen this meme, or not a meme, it was a reel. The
Mm-hmm.
dude that did the reel about God, he did the reel about a word, about the word child.
Oh
Dude
yeah,
that was
yeah, yeah,
telling,
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. So same dude, he
Child,
did a reel that was talking about
child,
right, child.
child.
It's a whole conversation can be said with child. Same thing for girl, same
Yeah,
thing.
girl, girl,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
girl.
Girl.
Oh no. Mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. But anyway, so this dude he did a reel of that just basically was him, rolling let a scroll fall out, and the scroll
Mm-hmm.
said, "Don't let lonely trick you into inviting chaos back in." So when you kick that shit out your life, stay strong. Don't let don't let the time with yourself trick you into thinking that you need to let that motherfucker back around you, or that job, or that situation, or your mama, or your daddy, or your auntie, or whomever.
Ooh.
Just keep make sure the resolve is sound, and keep moving forward without that chaos around you. Do that.
Agreed.
Do that.
Agreed. It is okay, y'all, to tell that bullshit that you got taken away the years of
Oh.
your life to kick rocks. So,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
guess that's, all I got from my collection. And now
I know the
we
plate is
can
full,
go,
goddamn it. Now we can
maybe,
slide on over. Yes, now.
to
Yes,
jukebox money, y'all.
yes. Come on, we gotta get our jukebox money. See, we got
Hey,
a whole thing we
hey.
do, friend.
Mm,
Sure.
sure.
Yeah, we got a whole little thing we do. We got a whole little ditty that we do over here for this.
Hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hey.
So you done kicked the teapot over on this right
I
here. Again,
know.
on
I'm
my
sorry, y'all.
scrolls.
My
It's all right.
bad.
It's all right. On my scrolls this morning or the other day, I first seen this little girl named what's her name? What I said a little girl name was.
Amelia?
Um no, not Amelia, that
Sailorr?
Sailorr. That's Sailorr, capital with two R's at the end, honey. Don't forget the extra R. Okay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but no, she
Two
had
R's.
a little reel or a little song with Summer Walker, and I'd go up and down for Summer Walker,
Down for a summer
Yes, yes,
walking.
yes, still, and still over
It's
it,
still
honey. Thank you
over
for
it.
the hat. And still over it.
It's still
Um,
over it.
but yeah, she had a little feature from Summer on her song Pookie's Requiem.
I need to let you go. I'm hard to get older. I'll say one thing. My requiem of a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was really cute. I'd be thirsty for any kind of, hymn, hum, song, rhythm from Summer Walker. So I was like, oh, this is really good. And then I went and listened to a couple of her other songs. She doesn't have a really deep discography, but you know, it seems like she's just starting out and making her way. She's got a cool little look, you know, like it's very Asian kind of, you know, Sailor Moony kind of girly pop kind
I
of
like
stuff.
that.
And I mean, but the music is soulful. That's just the look. And one of the things that I couldn't really figure out in like in the reel is like I had learned this thing about Asian cultures. And let me not do too much on Asian folks because I mean I like Asian people, you know, some of them are the homies for sure. But I just don't be obsessing about their culture like a lot of people do. Like, okay, it's okay to like the anime, but like you don't make it your whole personality. I mean, unless you are Asian, you know. But anyway, but her look and something particularly what I'm trying to figure out what she's doing with her teeth. I haven't had a chance to like, you know, pull up, you know, pictures of like what she's doing with her teeth. I don't know if it's like a grill or something that she's got in her mouth or something, but I'm curious if she's doing this thing that I learned about ancient Asian culture where like having black teeth was a sign of prosperity or something. Like it was a good thing and not a, you know, not a bad thing. And so I'm curious if she's like if her look is hearkening to like that old cultural touch point. So I couldn't figure that
Mm.
out. But like if you look at the video or the reel with her in Summer Walker, it
hmm
has like I just you'll see her teeth look a little dark. And I was like trying to like let me look in Summer's mouth and see if her teeth are dark, like if it's just like kind of like the video effect. And I was like, so white and hers are kind of like black or something like so. I just wonder if she's trying to do that or if it's a grill or if it's like a dye or like whatever. You know, but I feel like it would be really interesting if that's what she was doing. And I also learned that like, you know, with that, you learn about the black teeth thing was I
hmm
learned also about the binding of their feet to keep their
Oh
feet small.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so like some similar stuff like small feet were a sign of like, you know, pretty or something like that. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
it
so I couldn't
was
figure out
bad.
that.
Like I've seen in documentaries of women buying their feet, and they were in,
Hmm.
like subsequently crushing bones and breaking bones. Where
Right,
you're
right,
you're
right, right.
creating like these severe bunions. Where where if you y'all seen like some of us have it. Like you know when y'all see that bunion, your big toe just go this way, it just
Mm.
go rolls on you. You see,
Hold
it
on,
looks like
which way
that.
it going, friend?
It just look like you got sideswiped this way. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know that
You
you
need
know
to
that
get
big
off these
toe.
people internet with that.
You know when your toe when you get that big toe that side swipe on you, just
Oh my God.
like it looked like they all just trying to get under one blanket.
Mm.
Yeah, that like
Yeah, you
look,
you are
so
too foolish, honey.
it yeah, it's not fun. I don't know how
What
or
you doing?
why.
What you
It's,
doing over there with that thing? You keep trying to stick that thing out for the camera. What are you trying to
I
catch?
am
Oh,
literally, you know what it is? Okay, y'all. Fernando has gas.
it's fool.
And so if you see me shifting,
Who are
it's
you
because
sticking that thing out for?
Fernando had pizza last night. It had onions.
Oh,
So I got more gas than BP right now.
you had to tell the post your secret just then.
So this is why Fernando's shifting. Because I'm
I keep
like,
saying you over there you over there sticking that thing out, trying
right,
to shit out for the boys, huh? Trying to bring them to
baby,
the yard.
Rich, it's whistling Dixie right now. That's what it's doing.
You
It's
are
doing that right now.
stupid.
Thank God you cannot hear that. Thank
You are
goodness for
fully dumb. You
good.
man, you are fully dumb. Yeah. Okay. Well, back to the jukebox money and not the wind flute, honey. And then the other girl that caught me, you know, who has a feature with another like girly that I like, is this girl that you mentioned,
Mm,
um, Amelia Moore. And I saw that she has a feature with Coco Jones, and
mhm.
oh, that song is so good. Like
It is
She in the
really
real
good, right?
right, it's really good. It's called See Through, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really good. Like it goes through the song changes several times, and I'm just like, man, it's really good all the way through. Like what a way to execute all those kind of transitions to like different types of or just different vibes in the same song.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I,
Yeah.
me too. Me too. Like I enjoy
I
how
was like, what was this little Raven the white girl got me liking her music real fast? Like, what's going on here? Is it just the
see
Coco Jones in it, or just like what is
see
this?
don't sleep on that little white girl that looks
I
strange.
won't be sleeping on the little
Looks
white
strange.
girls from across the pond. I don't. But I was just like, ever since that one Lily Allen had something to say about Beyonce, I've just been like looking at them girls sideways, like,
And you
okay.
know what? I like the Lily Allen, and I'm
I
like,
did too.
girl,
One of her
I'm
songs
like,
still come on my playlist, and I just be like, nope, not today.
why you do? That's all I'm
Right,
gonna
girl, like
say.
what?
Just
Like again, like the Beyonce slander is just it's not it's not the hot take that folks think it is. Like
just don't
just
do it.
stop. Go just give a woman her props and keep it moving.
D-
Like
Keep it moving.
that's like
Keep it
that's like people
moving.
trying to hate on Barbara Streisand or some shit. Like just give the lady her fucking flowers and keep it moving. That's like somebody
Keep it
trying to hate on
moving.
Cher. Just give
Like
her her flowers and keep it moving.
here's the real read. You couldn't do it,
That's it. And then you can't do it. But if she ain't it for you, then who is it for you? And like I
and
said
there's
before, I
plenty other
guarantee you
options.
there are plenty of other options, but I guarantee you, blow for blow, like it's gonna be a knockout on the Beyonce side. So I'm just like, yeah, and let me not
They
get on my
and
Beyonce soapbox because I don't even be up there all the time. Like maybe not jump up there. Um,
b-
but yeah.
back to
Yeah, back to Amelia Moore. Get into it. The two tracks were called Pookie's Requiem, and that's from Sailorr, capital letters, two R's. Don't forget the two R's. And then See Through by Amelia Moore, featuring Coco Jones, and some other features on there too, which makes the song go through those different transitions. But yeah, get into it, folks. Like enrich your life. You know? What's next, bitch?
so what's next is that we going over to what we going to, y'all. Nickle Slick.
Nickle
Nickle Slick.
Slick.
Nickel Slick, bitch. Nickel Slick. So
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
got you got this rap reparations over here that you want to speak more about, because I saw this a little second ago, so I didn't see the whole thing, but I was hearing
Damn
the
it.
lyrics and they were hitting. I was like, it's always funny when it's always a female like
Yeah,
that's coming out with these banging ass lyrics, and
yeah,
like it's so funny how they are like the ones who coming up with these bang ass lyrics, and it was always the dude who was like they bang his ass lyrics used to like once upon a time was always about taking women down or speaking negative of them, and women out
mhm.
here is like women out here doing exactly what Kendrick Lamar is doing right now. Is like, I don't know what you on, but let me tell you what I'm on, and you can meet me over
I
here
mean, and
if
that's
you want
really
to be on this too.
telling. That's really
Yeah,
telling how Kendrick has aligned his world tour to bring
yeah,
on two mega women acts, lady acts,
exactly.
instead of some bullshit weirdo ass rapper dude that's just walking across the stage mumbling or sad boy fucking rapping. Like get the fuck out of
Like,
here. Like get the fuck out of here. How
what
all
are
the
we?
rap is about promethazine. Like how is it all about that now? Like how is all the rap about fucking Percocets? It's like, girl, are y'all all like,
Right.
is it like mandatory that y'all do the drugs? Like that shit is so weird to me. Like, whatever.
It's crazy,
Mhm,
and we're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna bring it up in a different show, but like they
mhm,
talk about that, like the the rap community and the gay community. Like, what is up with the drug? The use, like, not say the
What
use
is
of
up with the
drugs.
drugs, girl? Like,
It's just that, like like it's like it's always the promotion of the drug that you on versus actually like, okay, what you doing? Like, what the
yeah,
fuck are you really doing? Like, that's like, you're talking to, like, these other, like, artists back in the day. They always on somebody's substance, but it wasn't part of the lyrics.
mm, yeah,
Like how much time did
yeah.
you hear, like, Prince talk about his medication proclivities, or Michael Jackson talking about propofol? Like, it wasn't in the lyrics.
You
It
never
wasn't
heard
in the
Mike talk
lyrics.
about that milk.
Right. You ain't never heard
Need
about
his
that. I
milk,
was like,
goddamn.
you never heard about some of these other artists out there who, like, who Whitney was not talking about doing doing cocaine lace blunts, but she
Mhm.
was.
That she
But it wasn't
was,
in the
goddamn.
song. Even when she was playing the air piano on stage, sweating up like she was eating a hot box of chicken.
You better lay low.
You better lay low.
Bro, I'll never forget. I'll never forget when she sat up on that TV with Barbara Walters and said, "Crack is whack."
Crack is whack,
Bitch, for
but
what?
coke is dope. And when
Oh
she did,
yeah.
when she got on with Oprah, and she was talking about, oh yeah, she was like, oh no, we don't do crack. No, she's like, but she's like, she
Childish.
was like, she said, you just put the coke, you just put one line of cocaine on, and she was like, she was very specific. She's like, I just sit down and watch TV. I was like, and
Mm.
girl, I have,
Which is
and
which is a bold face ass lie. I ain't never seen no line. Ain't no line of cocaine ever made me sit my ass down and concentrate on shit. You hear me? Never. Never. It got me real chatty and real slutty. So,
oh, it
you
do,
know,
don't it? It do
it
it
really
do
do.
that.
It
And you
really
get
do.
real chatty and real, like, now, like, truth be told, I have done it. Like, one time I did and forgot it was in the pre-roll.
Oh, damn.
And I had to, it was like after 2 o'clock, and I smoked it. And I'm like, oh, bitch is up. Like, I was at the computer until 3 o'clock in the morning, just ding,
Man,
ding. I was like, Fernando, go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed.
bitch, you
I was
can't.
like, it was like,
You can't
y'all
go to
remember the
bed with that white horse racing through your veins, goddamn it.
but so deep in my thoughts, it's so calm about it. Like, you awake, but you're so calm. And then all of a sudden you just want to fuck the rest of the night.
I'm telling you, man, it just make me real slutty. But,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
anyway,
But
there's a time
anyway,
and a place, and I'm just like, girl, like, why with the music and the rap? Why is the time and the place off time? Like, girl, like
right.
moderation, get a schedule of like,
Right.
but anyhow, we in Nickle Slick, right?
Mhm.
And so like you gonna show the girls what we talking about, but like in particular on this fucking reel, this dude is like listening to the song, and I wish I knew who this artist was, man. I really do.
Me
Um,
too.
because I mean I am gonna find the song after this. Like maybe tell the girls, in the show notes, who the artist is, and but yeah, one of the verses in the song that she's singing says, if you try my nigga, she will get violent. That she said, if you try my nigga, I will such and such and such and such, right? And then like she starts to sing lines like, um, if he sneeze, don't bless him. And she said, yes, I am that selfish. She said,
Yes.
on his birthday, don't be telling him happy birthday, because bitch, why is you happy that he was born? I was like, wow.
Don't you try my nigga. If you do, I'm gonna get violent. And if he sneeze, don't bless him. Yeah, I'm really that selfish. Up in his face trying to be known. And he ain't even that funny. So let me tell you, honey, I better not catch you laughing too long. Yeah, even if it's his birthday, don't tell him happy birthday. 'Cause why the fuck you happy he born?
Damn.
Right.
I
That
was
caught
like,
me.
wow. I was like,
dude punching in
wow,
the air.
she is not playing about her man. You know,
She
sometimes you
is
need somebody to be
in.
about you like that. You know,
That's
sometimes,
true. That's true. I mean,
sometimes
that's true. I mean,
she's very
you know,
protective.
and I was reading the comments, that like there was some of them that was like calling her insecure,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I seen that too,
and
and that's
said
really what
and
I wanted to call out here. I wanted to call that out. I'm like, I almost commented to that person as well. I almost said like, you know what, that's a real lame reaction to this. Like, I mean, apparently she like her man, and you should leave her man the fuck alone.
yeah,
Like, get up off his fucking Instagram or wherever the fuck these hoes are interacting with her man. Like, leave him alone. He is spoken for. Um, and if you don't, then she gonna come and get violent.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I seen them
if
comments and I was like, yeah.
girl, if like again, I- I ain't got the time of the day. Like that's the good thing about like again going back to very several episodes ago when I said knowing your fucking worth, knowing you are a good looking somebody, and knowing that you are more than skin deep beautiful, and
Mhm.
you aren't the one who is the groupie at the concert, bitch. No, you're the feature performance.
Mhm.
And if your man is looking at anybody else, it's always going to be you bared in mind. And if it ain't there, and if he ain't, and he's missing a nutrient that you ain't providing, then that's a different conversation of why you leaving your man malnutritioned. That's you and your sermon that you got to go deal with, and you and your truth. And sometimes it's not about you not doing enough. Sometimes it's just that you don't know how to cook that recipe. You and you know what? That's what be getting me. Where people start building insecurities around stuff they can't do. Okay, bitch, you can't do it. Then do something else that you can do and do it well. Bitch,
That's true.
like again, if that's all you got is one pretty big toe, bitch, put that pretty pink toe all over the fucking nose, his
You are
eyelid, his
stupid.
eyebrow. Paint like write him a letter with that one toe and video record it. So like find your attractiveness because it's out there, baby.
Or
If
look
you
at
see,
this. The girl from Jukebox Money is going on tour, right? That's
oh, cute,
look at
like
what the
but
algorithm look at what the algorithm just does.
bitch, get the fuck, like bitch, be always thirsty for information.
It'd be
But yeah,
thirsty to tell us what to do. Yeah.
but that's what be cute to me is like, put your insecurities in park, let your insecurities be you in your conversation because that insecurity has nothing to do about them. And but what they will peep out is that you have them. And some women love to fucking play with your emotions like a ball of yarn because they know that you're that fucking fickle that that's all I gotta do is swipe right on one image and you ready to fight. Girl,
Right.
some fucking dudes like that. It's entertaining because they're just like you, insecure as fuck. Like, girl, like, do you know how pretty you are? Do you know how attract? Like, unless you just pretty and stupid, and that's all you tell men is that you pretty fucking stupid, is that you got to go fight another girl on the street. Why are you fighting? I was like, have y'all met some of these girls? Have you met some of these dudes y'all be fighting? Baby, some of them are flat-assed, bow-legged, toes nasty, and wondering why your somebody is in they bed. Cause guess what? They are feeding them a nutrient that you no longer want to feed. Whether it's a good ear with some good, or just patience for conversations or proclivities that you no longer have because now you're just roommates with not nice gifts to give each other.
Mm.
Like, let's like, so I love her tracks, but y'all don't get that twisted. That sometimes, like the top of our show, bitch, just walk away. Like, walk away, girl. Like it ain't worth you going bald because you got some bitch with a small ponytail whipping your ass across the street. Like y'all, when we talking about that little ponytail, the bitch with the small ponytail in the back, that's about to whoop your ass across the damn street, and she don't even know why she fighting, but because her cousin brought her to the fight. Because the girl knew I'm too pretty to fight, bitch. I'm gonna bring this sharp ponytail cousin I got to whip your ass, bitch. Because that's what pretty people do.
Where, yeah, and so the name of this, I found it. I found it for y'all. I found it. The artist name is Juicy.
Josie, juicy,
Juicy, two X's. And that's literally it's spelled how I'm speaking it. I don't know how she pronounces it, but I will be getting into this. But Juicy is spelled Juiicy, followed by two XS, two X-ray Sammy. Like, you know what, friends?
We'll
What can
we'll
I
put it in the
say?
caption right here. We'll put it
Yeah,
right
for
here in
sure.
the
Put it in the
caption.
caption. The song
Put
is
it in the
called
caption.
Leave My Man Alone. Came out a month ago. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Don't
Like the
go
look
up
in
there
his eyes
messing with
says,
that girl, man.
but
Unless you ready to fight. You hear
unless
me?
you're ready to whip your like that. Now that's one bad thing I can't like that would piss me off is that when you know he got somebody and you still acting like he don't, you fucking thirsty ass honey badger, going in there knowing good and well that you getting your ass into some trouble, but it's fun because you bored. That's why they call you stupid, bitch.
Well, she might be stupid because her man is leaning in that car and talking to that lady on that video. So I mean, girl, how about he leave them alone first, though? You know,
Right. Like again, that's the beginning. I was like, girl, if the time hasn't told you that you don't need him. Again, you know how many millions upon millions of dick there are on the planet. I mean, we getting less and less of because motherfuckers are getting deported and shit. I don't know how
oh my
white ladies gonna
God.
look. I look, y'all. Look, I don't know how these white ladies are surviving without their pool boys, without
I
their
don't know either,
lawmen.
baby.
I don't know how
Cabana,
these white
the Cabana boys are out of here. And the white
baby. I
women
don't
are
know. I don't know how
struggling.
y'all. I don't know how y'all surviving without y'all day workers, gay men. Y'all know y'all old asses be up there with them day workers, be sitting there trying to get them to do something a little strange for a little change. Don't fucking
Right,
play.
right.
I was
Try.
like, let's
The
not play.
day, the
Let's not
day
play these
work,
motherfucking games. The
the
day
day work
work.
is a
The day
different kind
work.
of labor, goddamn it. Oh,
Right,
my God.
right. Don't play yourself. Baby, you can go ahead at www.click that shit art on any porn site and show that there is a fetish for your ass to exploit
Wow.
fucking fucking illegals for your own sexual gratification. Get the fuck
I
out
did
of
not
here.
know that. I didn't know that
You
was
didn't know that?
that's
Yeah.
a genre on X Hamster.
Baby, all of them. Like if
Wow.
you have one that's on like the Mexican
Wow.
cockling where some young
Wow.
Mexican dude is boning out, this guy's, wife while he's masturbating in the corner like he P Diddy, and then now he get involved. Now he want to jump in and get his face in on the action, and while his wife, says degrading things to him, like,
Oh, well, I mean,
baby,
that just also is cuckolding with a Mexican guy or
exactly, a black
with
man.
an immigrant. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have heard of. I don't want to say, well, I know it well. Is is I'm telling you, man, like the
Uh,
the brushes with advanced sexual activity that I have had. And
to
especially
play a fucking
especially in the
role,
South, that shit always comes in, man. Somebody always wants a
always,
cuckold, always
yeah.
wants a big black bull to come in and do something to their wife. It's always it's always a weird fucking proposition. It's just always too
And
strange.
I met a black dude like this that really got into it
Oh yeah, it's
and
a lot of them that do. I think that's
it
why
was
it's so
so
pervasive because a lot
fucking
of motherfuckers go along with it.
like, and he was so fucking arrogant about it too.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
you know,
was he
like
arrogant around the whole idea of like, oh, well, this how I'm paying them back for slavery? Like that is like get
it
out of
was
here,
it was
bro.
like because he was in control. And I'm like, you're
Like fuck
not
out of
in
here, bro.
control.
You're not
Actually,
in
you
control.
are a
They said
service
that
provider.
they run that scene. They run
You
that
are a
scene. You
service
are just
provider.
you are a part of that scene that can be switched out whenever they decide to switch you out. You ain't in no kind of control.
No, you're not in any kind of control. But thanks for
As a matter
playing,
of fact,
bro.
they're playing the game with control. They're playing the
Exactly.
game with giving up control in the moment. Like you don't get
Yep.
the fuck out of here thinking you control anything in that situation.
Get out of here. But we done veered all the way
We
left
have,
on that.
we have, we have. I don't know how we
We
veered so far off from this girl
but but but
being, being about her man.
insecurity,
Oh yeah,
insecurity,
that's how we got
insecurity.
there. That's how we got
That's how
there.
we got. And
That's how.
like
There's
y'all,
always a way, friends. There's always a
this
there's always a road to travel down with us. We don't stray for no reason.
no, and y'all know this on top of the show, and we haven't said it for God almost an hour, y'all. So like and subscribe
Oh my
to
God.
Sense No Change Show on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast,
There you go.
iHeartRadio now, and
Okay now.
Apple Music. No, not Apple
Okay.
Music, but Amazon Music. Bro, we
Okay.
are
All right.
everywhere
Yeah.
now. We
We
are
everywhere,
every single way.
bitch.
So when you say that you don't, I don't know where y'all at. Just search 2 cents, the number two, the number two, the number two, the number two. See right here? See right here?
Yeah.
2 cents, no
Dos.
change show.
Dos
It's somewhere down there.
census. No. Can not charge it. 2 cents no change show, bitch. Like just search
2 cents,
it.
no
Like
change.
my
Just in
Spanish
case,
is
you
terrible.
know.
Terrible.
But
Sorry to my guapacitos. I'm so sorry. My Spanish is
so
awful.
so we gonna switch up in here to talk about like speaking of cosplaying, behavior, and so y'all know who Judge Joe Brown is.
Oh my God.
Remember Judge Joe Brown?
I
Y'all remember
certainly
watching this
do.
TV show?
I certainly
If y'all
do.
don't, I'll recap it for y'all. He was a television
Judge.
host, judge, and had a very, very interesting brand of doling out law. And he was just no nonsense, kind of straightforward to see what you kind of get. Very pragmatic about his assessments of people's, you know, problems in the courtroom. And so recently
He was basically the black answer to Judge Judy. Basically.
I was trying to be nice about it, but yes, yes. So Homeboy had an interview to share his opinion about Tyler Perry, and he made the strongest comments about Tyler Perry that he strikes me as somebody that does not like manhood. And he continues to to say that he feels like that he didn't have any strong male figures in his life,
He
and
might
that
not have.
he's promoting promoting femininity. And I'm like, aren't you promoting toxic masculinity? Like, so the definition of being a man is to pretend like he doesn't have emotional intelligence, to pretend like don't all of his problems can be answered with his fist or physicality or with loudness or being just being the overbearing person in the room. And I'm sitting here like, you know maybe there was a particular time and space that you need to do that, but that's kind of a dig on women that you're saying that he was not brought around, strong male figures, as if women are not strong figures. Like, bruh, you were spit out of your mama's vagina. Let me repeat that. Your mama's vagina. If that's not
With a
strong,
T.
bruh,
With a
if
T
that's not
crawled up out
strong,
that
bruh,
thing, walked up out their uterus with 2 foot.
like And that's what I'm saying. I am sitting here like, J- Joe, Joe, Joe.
Wait, well, I mean, Joe is an old man. Like when y'all see this clip, like he a
He's a
old
man of a
man who
particular
seemed like he got
age.
false teeth in his mouth at this point, because like when he talk, he got like that whistle that come with it. So, but he didn't used to have that whistle when he had his TV show. So, like, you know,
But this goes back to like, you know, here's the crazy part, y'all. It it's like how we have passed on bad, toxic behavior over the history of time, and it's always going back, harking back to insecurity.
How you feel about Tyler Perry?
He strikes me as somebody that does not like manhood.
And that's why I want to bring this in right after this, the last, part of our segment, is that these usually when people, men or women talk about masculinity, it really is rooted out of some staunch insecurity, because being a man is existence of in itself. You can be like, men and women are not defined by one linear thing about them. We're not bound by our genitals. Like, I know some women out there who can whip a man's ass any day. I know a woman who is more manly than men. I know men who are more feminine than women, and more and stronger and smarter than some strong ass men. Like, have you met gay men in the white party? Have you met the bears? Have you met the muscle gays? Because some bitches are big. There's some big bit. They big. They big. They big. I know they're show muscles, but they're muscles nonetheless, and they do fight. They do fight. They do fight. But again, that's not.
maybe
But
the
that's
black
not.
muscle bears, but them white ones they
But
be fighting.
but hey, like, if they could put you in a headlock, bitch, you're going to sleep.
I mean, maybe, but they probably put you in the headlock so you can smell their underarms, you know. But
Right,
I'm not
but
trying to I'm not trying to fuck up your point here, you know.
strength to strength, strength to
Yeah.
strength. If you push us enough to be in the name of survival, oh baby, we're going to use every asset we have. If you a skinny bitch, then you have a box cutter, or you have mace, or you have a car. And we have seen some gay men fight in the parking lot online. Baby, you have seen these little skinny
Oh my
boys get in
God,
a
y'all
car
remember
and
that one? You
hit
talking about
folks
the
with
one where
cars.
the dude that jumped in the convertible?
Hit people and will hit you with cars, box cutter you. They got a pink gun in their fucking bag. They
Yeah.
are coming for you. So to define masculinity based on who you're surrounded around or behind it's again, it goes back to like I know
Yeah,
he's a man of a
I would
particular
feel
age,
like
but
I would feel like Judge Joe Brown wouldn't take the bait of that question, or I don't know what show that was he was answering that question on, but I felt like hearing him talk like this was like bro, like what why is this your take on who this man is? Now don't get me up here to defend Tyler Perry, especially his work. Like, don't get me up here trying to do that because I cannot. I cannot defend it. It is indefensible. Like I don't I didn't watch what's the one with Taraji in it? That's
um
like at this point a cult classic because of just the continuity sucked or whatever. I don't be watching them shits. I can't do it. But what I will
it's
say
not for
is
everybody.
like, huh?
It's not for everybody.
No, it's not for everyone. And he is not making that for me. Period. But this is what I will say, sort of in the defense of Tyler Perry. Well, not even in his defense. This is what I'll say about it. To attack his like the guy asked him, what does he think of Tyler Perry? I don't know what the context of the conversation was. If the context of the conversation was like, was manhood in general. But with that clip, it seems like the question about Tyler Perry is somewhat out of nowhere. And if if the context is it is out of nowhere, and then you go straight to attacking his manhood because he plays a woman in a dress in his movies, I feel like that's a stretch. One, I feel like that's a stretch. Two, I feel like Tyler Perry has done very manly things in the way of stepping up to support, to fill in the gap, to do what he can with his resources, just like a man should do. So
Exactly.
to come for his manhood out of nowhere, but then don't
Right.
acknowledge, the pieces where where the meter of manhood and what a man should be, he is, you know, way in an outlier state in a positive of like, dropping his resources in on things. Then like, I feel like he's very remiss for not bringing that in. Like if you're just looking at the work that he does and the costumes that he put on, then I think he's just an old man being a curmudgeon and, doesn't really have a lot to add to the what is a man kind of conversation.
Yeah.
But
And do you think that's
I suspect that conversation was not as broad or I definitely think the clip is out of context because that's how people make internet shit. They don't provide the context for what they want us to react to. They give us it out of context so we can have some wild reaction to shit, right?
but
And
I d- but this
go for it.
goes back to this I brought this up because it does, I feel it was very timely for right now, especially
Hmm,
with politics
hmm.
and them trying to redefine the bar about masculinity, especially when it comes to trans in the military,
Oh,
trans athletes. We're also talking about, we also
and these
discussing
incel
about,
ass boys, like I did
yeah, and
hear
you talk
Bill
about,
Maher talking to two white men this week about fucking the state of young men in this country, and I'm just like, to have for you fucking white men to be up here on national television talking about the state of young boys as if it's not something that was created by men. Get the fuck out of here. Like the fuck out of here. But yeah,
very,
I guess that is useful in the context of all of that because that is oddly becoming a conversation piece. Like why these little children can't get why these little boys can't get their dicks wet. Like, well, first of all, I mean, um, porno is all around them. Second of all, y- s- somewhere they never gained the respect or lost the respect for women. So, I mean, if I'm a woman, I'm not laying on my back for you. If you don't fucking respect me. Like, are you fucking crazy?
it's again, it's just that masculine, like the thing is that how masculine is marketed is is to show what a person can be and emulate for people to see, but not looking anything further than that. And like masculinity looks differently to everybody. And we're talking about men who are looking at too much porn. It's like, well, some men just don't want to interact with other people, or some women don't. Not every day sex is something we want to do with other people. Sometimes we just want to have it with our fucking selves, and it's
Mm.
okay. And
I
so,
think you're disqualifying what I'm saying there, friend. I'm not saying that
no,
sometimes people
I'm
have
talking about
porn.
I'm talking about in response to Bill Maher's
Oh,
comment.
okay. Or
Yeah,
I feel.
in response to that, it's just like, it becomes this little bit of an out of touch kind of thing. It's like, oh, no, 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 no. Like, let's not mistake that people are still having sex. The thing is that they're not having sex as frequently as you would have heard back in the day, where we have more access to porn. It's a lot easy, a lot easier to engage with with sex without actually having the complication of dealing with other
Mhm.
fucking people. Because let's just face it, people have gotten shittier and shittier and shittier over the fucking years. And sometimes it's just easier to deal with yourself than to deal with other people. So
Well,
I
yeah.
don't think I get into this whole incel mentality. I get what they were saying. I get about the masculinity thing and whatnot. But what are you doing to invite anything else? What are you doing about, like, how to change the narrative? What are you doing about how do we have conversations about sex and sexual responsibility between men and women? I think
Mhm.
that's where this whole masculinity thing comes from, this whole femininity comes from, and you see it when we talk about politics, just like, I really do think that somewhere along the lines that story got really messed up for you, and instead of you actually doing your own work to figure out what that part of your story that got messed up is, you coming up to y'all up in our faces asking us to fix your emotional boo boos, and that's what
Mm,
I'm saying. It's like, oh, you need to
mm,
be like
mm.
this, you need to be more like this. Like, so what did your daddy do to you while he was on top of you or something?
Oh,
Because apparently that's all you're doing is telling me about your damage. So it's because you want me to emulate something in your life has told you you need to keep getting this
mm,
satisfaction by seeing this show up. Because anything
mm,
other than that is confusing and it's frustrating and it makes you insecure and questioning yourself.
mm,
And existence should not be something that you're so worried about that you have to question your own.
mm.
And
Yeah.
that's a you problem. Now you have to question your whole existence. And we're not questioning our existence because we understand our existence. And so existence is like, it's subjective. It's like any piece of artwork. You're like, masculinity is a construct. It is a spectrum. So the same thing with, women. It is a spectrum of masculinity. Like, we both have both genetic, genes in us. And so we all have this level of masculine and femininity that we don't always have 50-50, being, something that we're accessing at one time. So sometimes we are a little feminine. Sometimes, some men when some men cross their fucking legs all the way or fucking
Come
around.
on, there you go,
Doesn't
sticking
make
that thing out for y'all again.
it doesn't it doesn't make it doesn't make a man gay. He just found a comfortable way to fucking sit. Can the man
It
just sit
just makes a man
like
over 40 years old when they just throw
like
that leg over the
right?
other one.
And so that's what I'm saying about I think that's what with Sprungboard, why I had such feeling about what Judge Joe Brown said is because I'm like I think that men and women have started to get really uncomfortable about their own self identity, that they have to go and look at other people's identity and to go back and ask them and demand that they go back and change themselves so it can make them more comfortable about their existence. Because all this shit already existed already. These sexualities, these versions of people's masculinity and femininity all existed. It was that we're just making it more safer for us to actually live in that truth. And I am so sorry that you can't live in yours. I am really
Mm,
sorry. It must really fucking suck that you are not fully living your truth. That just the slightest twinge of change that's being shown by somebody else next to you makes you uncomfortable. That's the real conversation. That someone could just be standing there. It's like a rock sitting in the middle of a street.
well, I
It
think
ain't bothering nobody, but it's bothering you.
well, you just kind of hit on what I think, what I'll say in closing to this from my point of view. Again, Judge Joe Brown to what I never watched this show and thought, you know, there's a picture of masculinity. What
No.
I watched this show and thought like, oh, here's a brazen man that has the authority to make a decision here and is is direct or reckless with his delivery of the decision. I never looked at
Yeah.
his show. I mean, I have absolutely enjoyed some episodes of his show in the past,
Same.
but I never looked at him to be like, oh, that's a man and that's how I need to behave. Like, I'm sure he's done some philanthropic stuff with the monies that he's made, but I'm sure just on scale it pales into what Tyler Perry has done. Um, in the zeitgeist of, or in the realm of television, entertainment, film, entertainment, the scale of what Tyler Perry has done far outweighs and surpasses whatever Judge Joe Brown has contributed to that space. So again, I go
Agreed.
back to that conversation of like, why is he being asked to chime in on this man? Like, I feel like if I was Tyler Perry and I heard this, I would be like, who is that man to criticize me? Like, who even is that? You know,
Right. That's what exactly what I was saying. I was like,
yeah,
what
I'm like,
opportunities have you laid forward for me?
really, like, who
It,
are you? Where do you get off having an opinion on me that you will say to someone on on video and have them post it? Like, bitch, I'm Tyler Perry. I have, yeah, ain't you seen what I did to Monique's career, bitch? You'll never do anything in entertainment again. Like, watch your mouth, sir.
right. Like, say something
Mhm.
else. Say something. I want you to say something else.
And
Say
and
something else.
right. I'll say this to Tyler Perry. Look, girl, I'm not watching your things, but honey, if you got a podcast and production company and you want to, send us right on over there and give us, some resources and stuff, girl, I'm here for it. I actually I respect the hustle, the grind, to come up, to blow up. Oh, I respect all of that. The work, honey, girl, let somebody else help you, right?
And
Like,
I think that comes with, with any level of artistry is like, we spend so much time trying to tell people how they should be that we're not giving let people have the time and space to discover who they are.
mhm,
And that in of itself is the tragedy.
mhm,
That's the real tragedy when you got insecure people who don't have the patience to discover themselves and want to pretend like they have, and they still in other people's faces, standing in other people's ways of discovering themselves and being comfortable with themselves and
mhm,
providing them peace. Baby, these people are not taking away your peace because they exist differently. Like, and the thing is, the big rub of this all is like all these people, I don't know who's gonna be watching this, but think about this next time you decide to open your mouth. When you're sitting here trying to tell people how they should live, how they should be, how they should exist in the way that you feel more comfortable, ain't no fucking different than you playing Barbie Playhouse. So while you sit up here looking at us, want to call us whatever names you want to call us, whatever weirdos, look who the mouth is coming out of. The person who wants to play dress up. The person who wants you to pretend like you're something else. Baby,
mhm.
that's pretend. That's dress up. I'm not your Barbie dream house. I'm not Malibu
Yeah,
Barbie. And
yeah.
that's the real rub, baby. Like, who's playing house, baby? Who's playing with baby dolls? Because I'm not your baby doll. But but for some reason you can't get off the tip of wanting to play games. Go play, go cosplay your own life. There's costumes, plushies, bushies for you to put your bussy right in and have the fun. If you want to have sex with anybody else or you want to put a dress on, be who you're going to be, then do so. But get out of my face trying to tell me what I should be because you're not my casting director. I'm not in your Barbie dream house. I am not your kin.
All right now. All right now. Yeah.
And with that, we're gonna go to our 2 cents. I'm already on the rant part of our show.
Ranting, girl, like giving you guys the old what for over there. You hear me?
What for? So with that, our 2 cents.
Yes. We are here. We're bringing this home for y'all stupid hoes today. Yes.
So yeah, we like you put up some for Miss Viola Davis because
I
we love
did.
our Viola.
I
How
just
you
love
doing,
the
Viola?
sight
We
of
love
Viola
you.
Davis.
We
Yeah,
love you some
I love her
Viola.
down to the
Me
ground. I
too.
love her.
Me too.
Yeah. Um, but so I seen this while, I was scrolling at some point this week. Let me tell y'all something. I have said I'll be scrolling. I don't be strolling. Like, my iPhone tells me every Sunday that you have 3 hours of scrolling per day. I think that's very low um relative to what I've heard the rest of y'all hoes are out here doing, and I am trying to get that even fucking lower. You hear me? So I don't really be out here strolling like that. But anyway, I seen this video of Viola Davis explaining to an interviewer, her explaining about her training at Juilliard and what it prepared her for, and how that training didn't prepare her for the roles that she would get or that they would see her for. And by not doing so, with Juilliard not training her to be able to act or do well in any role, they had done her a disservice. And I've had similar thoughts about, I'm not an actor, but what I do note in film and in Hollywood or Bollywood or fucking Nollywood, you know, all of those, I
All the
feel
woods.
like all
All the
the
woods.
woods, right? I feel like there is less of a penchant for those producers, directors, casting houses in those in those arenas to look for trained actors that have the range. That's another thing she points out. Everybody, you know, they would say that a black actress has range when she can play a classic role. But what's the range of a white woman that couldn't play the roles that she is automatic defaulted for? Do you feel me? Do you follow? I'm sure you're gonna play the clip for them in the edit. But she calls that out. She says, "Baby, I have the range. Um,
Yeah.
I can play classic. I can do classic roles. She can do classic Shakespearean. She can also do she can also do I hate to bring it down this way, but she could also do Big Mama, you know.
She
But
could.
will a white woman have to go and do Big Mama? Will she be trained? Can she do it? Can she pull it off? Can she play a black role? Can she play a reprisal of what's her name in when she played in Harlem Nights, you know, that scene where, oh, you shot off my pinky toe. Can a white woman, can
Oh
she play that?
yeah. That's Miss Delarice.
Yeah, can somebody can they do a reprisal of Della Reese's role in Harlem Nights? I
Oh,
don't think
that's
Nicole
hard.
Kidman can.
No, baby, that like it was just pure
I
chemistry,
don't
and a
think
lot of that
Kate
stuff was
Blanchett can, and
no.
I like these white women in roles. You know,
I mean,
I
like
don't know the credentials of them, but I don't know if they're classically trained. I don't know if they're Juilliard trained or Yale trained or Oxford trained. I don't know. But there are a lot of black actors like fucking David Allen Greer, Viola Davis, etc. Fucking the Queen. Um, God, the Queen. Give me, what's her name? From What's Love Got to Do with It?
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett, classically
Yeah.
trained.
This goes back to why we need more black writers, more black
Mhm.
creators,
Call it.
which is why I have been so fueled to do so. Like, I've talked about this very vaguely on the show that I'm in a process of making a career shift, career adjacent shift, where I'm getting into television show writing and film writing, creating, not so much writing as much creating. And because I felt like, and I always felt like this since I was like in my 20s, where I said, I'm going to write, I'm going to start writing books and television shows when I hit 30. I feel like I'm mature enough and I gain enough knowledge to do so. Because already I knew what I wanted to write. I knew what I wanted to create. But I didn't think I had the years behind me to be taken serious.
Mm.
So, it went right into my, you know, I put that right into my insecurity, right into my imposter syndrome bag, and let it cook for this long, where I'm like,
They'll make
I
us feel that imposter syndrome, baby. They will make us
and
feel
I
that.
I felt
Yes,
like
they
that.
will.
Every opportunity I can hear the words being copy pasted into my thoughts, saying that I wasn't good enough to actually contribute anything that people want to see, wanted to hear from me, because who the fuck am I? And so, like, I look at that and I was like, yeah, I know who the fuck I am. I have someone who can actually write something
Mhm.
that can mean something. I wouldn't know that until I actually try. So I'm trying now, because I think that, whether it was said and, out loud or quietly, it, you are made to feel like like, no matter what you do, you're not enough. No matter
Well, let me
what
tell
you
you
do,
something,
whatever
friend.
you
Let me tell you
say.
something.
Yeah.
I'm glad I heard you speak that up because it seems like you may not have seen this clip yet, but when you do, that's going to hit you right here, because that
Yeah.
is precisely what she's speaking about. She's speaking about, yes, it is me. It is me that can do this.
Mhm.
She says, despite the deficiencies in the training, by what it tells you is classic, is teachable, what is to be modeled, it leaves out so much, and it leaves out just very core of, like, one, like I said, when she comes out of Juilliard, they're not gonna give a fuck that her shit says Juilliard. What they're
No.
gonna see is, they're gonna see her skin color, they're gonna see her body type, they're gonna see those things and say that, oh well, you're in this supporting role at best, and you better show us range there to get any other opportunities. When Nicole Kidman, and I hate to keep using, because I do like Nicole Kidman, but when she shows up, there is, first of all, leading lady roles are right here for her.
Meryl Streep. Ooh, I love.
Exactly. And I love
I
Meryl Streep.
love me
Love
some
her
Meryl Streep.
down to the
I
ground.
am
Like,
the biggest fan of Meryl Streep, dog. I
yeah, love
love
her
me
down
some
to the
Meryl
ground.
Streep.
Love her work. Love her work. The two
Yeah.
of them in Doubt. Oh, I could just go watch that movie right now.
Right,
You hear me? Right now. My gosh. But it really struck me. Like, it really struck me how she really laid out to that interviewer that, like, yeah, what Juilliard thinks is teachable or should be modeled, one, didn't prepare me for what I was going to go and get, and two, it didn't prepare my peers to really have range, because
Mhm.
I already come with range, because I I've got to get this classic shit right, and then I also got to be able to get these roles that are going to pay me until you give me a chance at classic.
At Juilliard, what was the objective of their training? Were they shaping you into a good actress or a perfect white actress?
Definitely a perfect white actress.
And what does that look like?
What it looks like, it's technical training in order to deal with the classics, in order to deal with the Strindbergs and the O'Neills and the Chekhovs and the Shakespeare. I totally understand that. But what it denies is the human being behind all of that. I feel that as a Black actress, I'm always being tasked to show that I have range by doing white work. Listen, I could do the best I can with Tennessee Williams, but he writes for fragile white women. Beautiful work, but it's not me. But we don't put those same parameters on white actors. Is she going to be able to pull off Mama and Raising the Sun? Is she going to be able to pull off Beneatha? Is she going to be able to pull off Molly in Joe Turner's Come and Gone, when Molly says, I ain't going south, and make me believe it? They don't have to do that. So for those 4 years at Juilliard, all the white actor has to do is play all white characters. That's not me. And then once I leave Juilliard, guess what? Most of what I will be asked to do are Black characters, which people will not feel that I am Black enough. So then I'm caught in a quagmire, this sort of in-between place of sort of not understanding how to use myself as the canvas. Sanford Meisner says the most important question an actor can ask is why. I'm going to redefine that question. I think the most important question anyone can ask is why. And then when you get to the end of why, the most really powerful question you can ask is why not? Why can't I be the weight I am now? Why can't I have muscular arms? Why can't I have a deep voice? Why can't I be a love interest? And what I realize is I was always worthy. I didn't have to do anything for that. It's not the power chord anymore.
So what is?
I'm the power chord. I am. Every single day when I wake up and put my feet on the floor, my job is to not betray myself. Juilliard was an out of body experience because once again, I did not think that I could use me. Me needed to be left at the front door, even though me was what got me in there. You know, I'm worthy. Who knew?
So that's my
And like,
read.
you
Get it
know,
out of here.
I'm gonna cap it with this. This is something I saw on when Oprah had a show, and this was the conversation she had with her and Ayala Van Zandt, because
All right, Ayala.
when they had that big dust up, and you know she stopped coming on the show, and people didn't know why Ayala stopped coming on the show. So it was that big heated 2-part show that she had with her and Ayala. She said something that brought me to tears,
Oh,
and I never forgot it because she told Oprah this to her in her face. And Oprah, you saw a light bulb come on and a facial expression change. Because it, like that one little part that she said, Oprah got it. And I think that was the moment she got it. As, you know, as, as a person who provides opportunity, as a person who has the power to offer resources for those opportunities. And Miss Ayala said, I thought you wanted the work and not me. And as an artist, that is a very biting thing to feel when they don't want you. They just want what you can do for them. So when you're in the role, you are the person that's just the provider. You're not the person who provides that. And so it makes it look like the perception's like you're expendable because, oh, we can get anybody to do this. And it's like, but I know that very few can, and I'm one of those very few.
right.
It's like you see like a Whoopi Goldberg who's is an EGOT, you know, and she said this on The View. They rarely call a bitch for a stockpile of roles. Like, you know, she's not on top of everyone's list, even though she should,
Right.
but she's not. And
Right.
she has range. She started off her whole career not as a comedian, as a storyteller. So this was in her DNA. We like I've been watching that. I've been watching that woman forever. I mean, every other movie I was watching, I was in love with. You know, so
I still remember Jumping Jack Flash. Goddamn, don't y'all even forget it either.
Double Jack Flash, baby. She was on with Ted Danson. Ooh, that was my movie. And so that's what I want to say is like as an artist, you know, I think this is the best time for you to be unapologetically yourself because we are in a society right now that people are telling us to be everything but, and
Indeed.
we're becoming the hard to acquire commodity. That's the good thing. When people try to tell you you don't have a seat at the table, then you start creating your own table, and that table
You drag
is way
a whole new table and a whole set of seats right next to that raggedy ass, useless ass table. And you set up
exactly,
next to it and you be loud and disruptive right next to it. That's what you do. That's what you do,
exactly,
little kids. Don't let nobody tell
exactly.
you you can't do shit. Fuck them.
And
Do it right in their face.
and kids, this goes to my rant. I'm a millennial. Stop fighting us. We like I watched this little clip on let me get her name right because it's
Oh, the little comedian clip. Yeah, yeah, I seen it.
Eliza Schlesinger, and I watched this on a comedy special, and I'm gonna put it up in here because Home Chick is
Where
funny.
is
I
the
love
special?
her.
Is it special on YouTube or is it on what's it
The
on?
special is on Netflix. It's on
Oh, okay.
Netflix.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it
I
out.
think she's gonna be performing soon. I think like I'm gonna put that in our show notes that about a link for her tour dates. But I
Okay.
fucking love her, and she talks about being a millennial,
Oh, you know
and
I
she
went
was
and
like,
seen Miss sorry to throw you on the tangent. You know I went and seen Miss Pat yesterday, right?
"Oh, how was that?"
I did. It was fun. It was fun. I mean, I did go to a 3:30 p.m. show because that was the only show that had tickets because she had sold everything else out. So I'm glad for her that she's selling out the venues, but damn,
Right.
girl, I didn't want to go to no comedy show at 3:30 p.m. But I did. I
Okay.
had a good time.
Okay.
She did make me laugh. She did say the N word with every other word,
I
but
love it.
that's Miss
I
Pat
love it.
for sure. But
I
anyway,
love it. But yeah, so I want to bring this up because you know I'm tired of trying to I'm starting made to feel like I am the enemy with Gen Z and Alpha, and I don't think I am. And but I do say this where it's like I remember being of a particular age where I felt like that I was playing the racism, not the racism, but I was playing the ageism card at some perspective, and I was like, this is a little different as millennials because we aren't your parents. We aren't the boomers. We aren't not, and I love my boomers. I love my I love my peeps. However, comma, you know, we're not them, Gen Z. We are, like she said, your cousins who taught you how to smoke weed out of an apple.
Millennials are not to blame. You are angry. We're not your parents. We are your older cousins who showed you how to smoke weed out of an apple. Everything. So be kind to millennials because we are just as angry as you are, but our backs hurt and we have heartburn.
yes. Respect
We the
us like
ones
that. Respect
like
us as such.
like
Yes.
like we were on MySpace, so you can be on Facebook.
So you could be on fucking TikTok,
We were
bitch.
we
Like,
were
don't
on
you ever forget it.
Vine. We were on Vine struggling. We were on dial-up struggling. We were trying to
Yes.
get DSL to stay connected.
We were
So
doing age, sex, location, bitch. Don't you ever forget it.
ASL, like we were on these busted apps. Y'all think y'all were taking risks, bitch? Try hooking up on Craigslist.
Without no fucking share my location.
No share my location, no dropping your pin, not like that. We went through all this risky shit so you could comfortably swipe left
So
on our
you
ass.
can comfortably swipe left and right. You ungrateful bastards.
I say this that like when we up there in your face saying some shit, we're not saying this because we're trying to say, and back in our day, bitch, we're in the same day. Like we experienced the market crash with the real
Several of
estate,
them. Many of them.
several of them, and us too got out of college with no job, no prospect. We got out of school with crickets. We grew up in the age of scam colleges.
Yep.
ITP
Y'all
Tech,
president
DeVry,
did one.
R Institute, R Institute. I went to R
Donald
Institute.
Trump University. Your president did. Y'all's raggedy president that y'all went up there and thought he was cool because he wanted to give y'all TikTok. He did a scam college. He did one.
And your cousins, your aunties, your mama, they all went to them schools and they still paying their debt now. And y'all are now in school. Y'all about to graduate too. And we still paying for them goddamn loans 20 some years later. Y'all are grown ass people in the club drinking and we are still paying for those loans that got y'all to get y'all loans partially forgiven. They ain't forgive us for shit. We are in the same struggle, Gen Z. We
Yes.
are in the same. We're us too, baby. Us too. So instead of us, you looking at us like we the old age party, and you trying to age us out of job positions, bitch.
Like, we
We're
the
still
old guard.
bitch. Bitch. We're right there with you, bitch. We're still trying to get opportunity one. So we're not trying to compete with you, bitch. We are literally right there with you. Like real talk, we right there with you. We're like, baby, we right there with the job application, looking at this sideways like y'all looking at us sideways. So y'all looking at us, we looking at you, and we both in the shit. So
We just been on this Korean rock a little bit longer.
very much so. But we're on the same rock. We are dealing with the same people who don't know how to get out of our face, and they always want to take more money than they fucking need. And
Yep.
I think that, you know, they think the good and bad thing. What it's funny when our people be cussing and fussing about what Trump said about you just have to deal with with no $2 versus 30. I was like in the back of my head, I was like, I had all the other bullshit in my head, but I'm like, you know, this could be the backfire that we kind of need because if you can do just as well with less, guess what that does to big corporations? When you are not shopping and consuming so much, they can't sell you as much. They can't sell you as much, then they can't be as big of millionaires as they are now. I think that, there's going to be, I don't think it's ever going to be out of vogue to be a rich person, but I think the type of rich person is going to become out of style, just like the clothes in your closet. I think that we're getting towards that part where how we advertise wealth is changing and our perception of it is starting to change as well because we're starting to see that wealth, we're starting to see that, not every person that we want to point at saying they're the enemy is the enemy. Not everybody is the person who was the cause of your pain. Sometimes it's the people who were smiling in your face the longest and saying they were on your side the most is the ones who's fucking you over. And baby, it's not the millennials. There are some millennials like, some of these bitches who own places like Facebook. That's a millennial. Those are they're exceptions to the rules because millennials steal too, just like every fucking age group they steal. So, like he was part of that scam group too. So let's not play ourselves.
I don't know why y'all let that man be so successful. He literally got all that money off of y'all from making a hot or not. Like,
and then stole the fucking stole the fucking part of his code to make Facebook from his fucking friend. He fucking stabbed his own friend in the back, and that bitch is still here. Like what? Like are we like? But again, this a different conversation for a different day.
For a
I
different
got
day.
everything I need to get off. I got everything I needed to get off of my chest.
Did you, friend? That's
And
good. I'm glad.
we did, and so we haven't said it much on the show, but I'm gonna put in the ticker right here. We're gonna put in the ticker right there. Y'all make sure y'all
Listen,
like
share,
and
like,
subscribe.
subscribe, please. Yes,
Make sure because
yes.
we really, really want you to. We really want to keep doing this show. We really want to make it keep it growing. We have more to show you, to offer to you. I promise you, we do. If you like to quote us and get some of the salient ass sage advice that your uncle's gonna give it to you, we're gonna keep on giving you as much sage and cognac as we can give you.
Yes, that's right. That's right. We're giving it to you every week.
Every week, baby. Every fucking week. So with that, y'all, we bid you goodbye.
We bid you adieu.
Appreciate you. So goodbye.